So I wanted to share this. This is something that I found interesting. So Stripe announces fiat payment support for cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So Stripe is partnered with FTX, FTX US, blockchain.com, Nifty Gateway, and Just Mining to launch a crypto business suite. So this is fascinating. Quick backstory about why this is interesting, at least to me, as somebody in the NFT space and tech in general. Several years ago, Shiraboom and I launched a platform that sat on top of Stripe. It was a payment processor for subscriptions and high ticket payments. And we built it because the Stripe interface is incredibly difficult. It's not easy to navigate. We were really interested in crypto at the time. But we didn't, this is before we actually had hopped into anything. Stripe had just launched integrations with Bitcoin. So you were allowed to accept payments with Bitcoin. And we started to integrate it. We actually built the feature out because we had people in our audience who requested us build the feature out in the software. And we spent all this time and all this money putting the feature in. And within, I want to say like 2 months, maybe 3, but I don't think it was 3 months. I think it was like 2 months. It was very soon after. Stripe ended, they canceled it. And so we had spent all this time building in Bitcoin features, and it had been tossed, had to be tossed out. So I was very curious to see and excited, honestly, to see that Stripe is coming back in with cryptocurrency support and NFTs. So it says, US-based fintech giant Stripe has significantly ramped up its crypto initiatives after it launched a service that enables payments for NFTs and digital assets via fiat currency. So my understanding is that you will be paying, this will allow other quote unquote regular people, normal people, to pay fiat currency using Stripe to purchase NFTs and crypto, which is fascinating. That's actually a really interesting way to go about it and something that's desperately needed. Businesses can use Stripe's new application programming interfaces, APIs, to accept fiat payments for crypto, provide digital wallets, pay out users in fiat, leverage identity and KYC solutions, and utilize data to detect and block fraudulent transactions. Stripe co-founder shared the announcement via Twitter, and that they've partnered with FTX, FTX US, blockchain, Nifty Gateway, and Just Mining to launch the business suite. So this is really, really interesting. Speaking of the partnership, FTX's head of strategy, Tristan, emphasized that the deal will help the firm attract a broader mainstream audience by making it more straightforward for users to purchase crypto assets. The optimizations we made in our payment setup with Stripe deliver smooth on-ramp, So I'm really curious to see, and of course, they're going to be doing their own NFT drop, I guess, just to prove proof of concept, so you can pay in fiat, get an NFT in return. Smart. I'm very interested to see how this works. I'm curious as if you are and what this article doesn't say, and I looked briefly at the page, Build Your Crypto Business with Stripe. You must be able to get paid in ETH or in a currency of your choice, Bitcoin, I guess, Ethereum, Solana, USDC. So that's what they're showing. They must, after taking a fee, they must transfer that to you in the currency of your choice. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. So customers can pay in fiat, and we as project creators can accept it and convert it into USDC, ETH, Solana, or Bitcoin, I assume. That's pretty cool. And I'll tell you what that does. I'm curious to know what that does for subscriptions. I'm not really sure. One of the big business models that's coming is software as a service, right? Subscription platforms. Like, how do you do subscription platforms with crypto? Because there isn't really a way. It kind of defeats the purpose of security and the way crypto works, to charge somebody something every month, especially if you have a cold wallet where you have to manually request or give access to funds. I mean, maybe you can have a contract that does it automatically, but that seems a little unethical, just based on the ethos of Web3. So, so subscription services are probably coming. I don't know how you would deliver an NFT based on a subscription yet, which I think is definitely a big idea and something that's coming, and something that we've been thinking about for sure. Um, I'm also, I will tell you what this does. My first aha moment with this is one of the challenges that NFT uh, projects have, if they have a background in marketing, is how the fuck do you market this stuff, right? Because it's primarily Twitter and Discord, and Twitter ads suck, and Discord doesn't have ads. So trying to build a list of people and build a group of people, and get that in a sustained and growing way is very difficult. This is why so many people just throw money at influencers to build hype. But that's just, hype is manipulation. You're just manipulating people's emotions and hyping them up to buy your shit so that you can bootstrap your business. And I don't think that's I don't think that's very ethical, and it's certainly not a long-term strategy. It's, you can only hype so many people up for so long before people kind of burn out, right? If you've been in the NFT space for any length of time, like launches don't even affect me anymore, right? Like I have no, like there is no hype. Very rarely do I get hyped up about a drop. Like very rarely. I buy almost everything on secondary now because I'm like, yeah, we'll see how the launch goes. Like I don't worry about joining shit. I just kind of wait until it goes, and then I come back. So it's really interesting to see, like, if people can start paying with fiat currency, which is still the dominant thing that people have. People have credit cards and people have cash. How that can be integrated into a marketing funnel where you could set up more of a traditional marketing funnel where you can bring people together around a marketing concept or around an idea, and then sell them your product or service, whether it's crypto or an NFT, without having to train them first about what a MetaMask wallet is and how to do this and make sure you're safe. Like it's very difficult. You see so many people teaching about like how to set up a MetaMask wallet and what a cold wallet is versus a hot wallet, and how to get money and use a credit card and convert it into crypto, and here's how you go to Coinbase. All of that is because there's not an easy transfer. So if Stripe is solving that just through an interface, that means the education side of having to educate people on like, okay, we have to train everybody to what crypto is and how to use it before we can teach them how to get our product. That goes out the window. And I think you'll start to see more people do traditional, quote unquote, traditional digital marketing, which is awesome. Like that's kind of what I've been waiting for, to be honest with you, because, like I said, I personally don't like paying blogs and I don't like paying influencers. I'm not 100% against it. I think there's a time and place for it. You certainly can use it to boost your product or service, but it has its place. It's not a marketing strategy that lasts. So going back, let's just finish it off. It says, oh yeah, there you go. Stripe initially rolled out its Bitcoin support back in 2014, but reversed the decision 4 years later due to the network's slow transaction speeds and fees at the time. It was not 4 years. It was not 4 years. Um, if they rolled that out, that was really slow and it wasn't in their technical support, because when we hopped in, it was a new feature. So that is at least to my knowledge and my personal experience, 4 years later is incorrect. 4 months later, maybe. I think it was probably 4 months. So there you go, Cointelegraph, get it right. Do your research. Anyway, so that is the first article. You guys have some awesome comments. Let's see what you got. So Hedon says, huge as far as onboarding the next million users. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's exactly what I think. I think so many people have been stopped by trying to be the onboarding process about getting a wallet. I have people right now. I have a friend right now who is desperate to get an NFTs, loves it, loves the concept. He doesn't own one. He has a MetaMask wallet and he has money. And you're like, well, if he has a MetaMask wallet and he has fiat money, why isn't he buying NFTs if he loves it so much? Well, it's because his photo ID on his license is so worn out that KYC won't accept it. So he can't use a DEX because none of the scanners, when you take a picture of your license front and back, it can't read it. So he can't get approved. So as silly as that is, and as you're like, it's something you don't think about. All of a sudden, he's just getting crushed, right? It's absolutely devastating. So if we can set up a way for him to pay in fiat currency and get an NFT, I think that's a huge thing. Carrot says, this is good for the payment side. The wallet side of crypto is still really difficult for new folks. Exactly. 100%. And Carrots also says, interesting. I nearly always buy on mint since chasing secondary prices burns me more often than not. Yeah. What I find to be my personal secret sauce is if I find a project that's super hot, rarely I will jump into the mint. Like if it's a dedicated mint where I know I can get it without having to like hustle to get it, I'll jump in, right? If the price is right. Most of my purchases are on secondary because, you know, nowadays when things get minted, they go into that phase where it hasn't been revealed yet. That pre-reveal phase, the prices spike, the reveal happens, prices drop. Um, uh, the thing that I like about buying on a secondary is I can go to the floor and I can find within 2 or 3 rows of images of NFTs the one that I actually like. Right? I've been personally burned so much by minting something at a low price and I have it, but then I'm not happy with the actual NFT. Like it's ugly or I don't like the artwork. I'm also super jaded. Right? It's kind of like the gift of the curse, I think, of the artist, where you're just like, man, I wanted that one, but I got this one. Damn it. And then whatever. So I just kind of wait on it. You can get some incredible deals that way. You can also, uh, I also find Carrots that you can completely miss out. I'll give you a case in point. I did not mint Clone X, the Murakami drips. I knew it was happening. I've been a fan of Murakami for decades. I have friends that worked with him. I have his books down here. I've got tons of stuff, right? So I'm very familiar with Hurst and Murakami and Coons and all these people. And so I was waiting for the drop, and the drop happened, and I waited for the reveal. The reveal happened, and on the floor for like point, gosh, it was like 0.4, maybe it was 0.5, like maybe half an ETH. There were 2 Murakami drips, 2 of them, and I was like, I should buy both of them. And then it was like midnight, and I was exhausted, and I was just like, I should buy both of them. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go to bed, and I'm gonna think about it, and I'll wake up in the morning and buy it. And so I went to bed, and I woke up in the morning. It was like 5 a.m. because I don't get that much sleep. And I ran to the computer, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy it. And by that point, it was already like 3 ETH or something. And I completely missed the opportunity. And now they're like stratospheric. So it's a great way. Secondary floor is a great way to find really good stuff because there's a lot of flippers, and they don't know anything about the project. They just buy and flip, buy and flip, buy and flip. So if you're a holder, if you're a buyer and a holder, you can find some awesome deals that way. So I recommend at least checking it out. Dusty says, "Hey, yo, what's up, Dusty? Welcome, welcome. We're just going through the news. So that's Stripe payments. So let's see what else we got. I'm gonna pop back to myself for a minute, and I'm gonna share something else here.